Did they hear the people cry? Or feel the pain we bear? You betrayed us and you say that you care. You won't convince us with your lies. So please go the other way. Wake up and stop walking your sleep. Lift your heads up. It's no time to take defeat. If we're not gonna do
Oh, if we're listening to reggae and the song before, the last was a Jackie as well. Talented individual who made some terrible choices, right? But we can still learn from his music, certainly. And we give thanks and praise to the Almighty Creator. We thank Him for a new day. We thank Him for guidance. So even from a fella who does make some mistakes, and human beings make mistakes sometimes. I don't know if it's the temper. I don't know what it is with Jackie. But he has made some mistakes and he paying for those mistakes as well. We can learn from others. We don't have to do the same and fall into the same trap. All right, good morning to all of our listeners. I'm not sure if we are 100% on the airwaves 91.9 FM. I know our streams are up. IWER TV Street 91.9 FM. Of course, the Facebook as well. And my Facebook and TikTok as well. So good morning to everyone. Blessed morning to you all, right? A blessed weekend, but of course, for some of our brothers and sisters in humanity, our Trinbagonians and others, life continues and life's challenges continue. So we had some little challenges over the weekend and on Friday going into the weekend as well, right? That we have to cope with. Of course, there are some political developments as well. The ongoing little dispute between our government and what CARICOM has said about the appointment in question. Normal things. Of course, we are human beings, so we are impacted by the human stories that are in the news as well. The young child who drowned. I know there's a response as to what to do with jet skis, etc. in that beach. And of course, we extend our commiserations. We saw the death of a young man in some type of domestic situation. Efforts to try to get to the bottom of that as well. If you are in a domestic situation that is dangerous, then find the courage and the strength to leave. Get the support that is necessary. Your family most times is essential. Your family, your extended family, your mother, your father, whoever else. Those individuals are extremely important. Don't wait for it to spill over. If it is toxic, neutralize it. And sometimes you have a role to play as well. It takes two to tango, kinda. But there are individuals who have serious challenges in terms of their behavior, in terms of their violence towards others as well, right? So, as young people say, don't play with your 3 points. Don't play with your life. Try your best to be able to exit somehow. You know, and that's a sad situation because I know a lot of people know the young man and his family, and obviously a lot of people know his wife now as well, right? So just to touch on his story, the woman was taken into police custody following the shooting death of businessman Steve Carney was released yesterday morning following a meeting between police officers and the DPP. The DPP advised that the woman be released pending further investigations. And of course, the police have their job and their responsibility to do. Not related to this particular matter, I think critical to the police service is that ability to investigate. Right? I feel as though their capacity needs to be improved. Their techniques, of course, the technology. All of us is what CSI and all kind of thing. I don't think we still watch it, but we used to. Speaking for myself, right? I don't watch much of anything anymore. But I feel as though our ability to investigate needs to be improved significantly, and that will augur well for the conviction rates that we see in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Because we have an issue there. It cannot be that we keep arresting people and we cannot make proper cases against them. And you're saying to the population, we know he do this, we know he is that, we know he is whatever, but nothing can stick. That's a failure. All right, so, you know, a couple little situations. I also saw a young lady who went under in some pool situation as well. Be careful with your children, right? Water, around water, except be very, very careful with your children, Trinidad and Tobago. That parental care, 24/7, especially if they are around a dangerous situation. You can't even take your eye off for 1 second. Unfortunately. That's just the nature of it. It is so dangerous. So let us be much, much more vigilant and careful. And after that, it is challenging, it is difficult. God truly knows best. We pray for the strength. We pray for that strength to families to cope with the things that they cannot change. Right? Because some things we just cannot change. Right, so those are some of the headlines. This is Sandra falls into hands of serial killer. And I think this is a story coming out of the United States where there's a serial killer who killed a Trinbagonian among other people as well. And then he confessed to such. All right. We could take one before the break. We just approaching the break. Good morning.
Morning. I called this morning to something worrying me a few months now. I want to know, does the Muslims in Trinidad and the Muslims in the Middle East really practice the same way of life? They read the same Quran? Because we had an incident there in the month of Ramadan. You know what I'm talking about, with the children being killed and Muslims being killed. And we have some leaders here support that wholeheartedly, and I don't see the Muslims. No, we're not asking for no war, but we ask them to come out and say, respect us. And I hear everybody just, all my Muslim brothers and sisters just quiet, because now I'm not a practicing Muslim, but I respect I grew up respecting religion, and not religion. Muslim is a way of life, and I love the way of life. But I feel totally hurt when I see nobody stand up and say, no, respect us. Respect us. We don't want no war. We want peace, but respect us. Nobody said, you know why? Because the UNC have the bag. So everybody, like, the Muslim here and the Muslim, they're practicing two different way of life. Because if was Keith Rowley do that, Trinidad would have gone down.
Yeah, thank you very much. We just have to go to the break. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Everyone's budget. Also, we carry a variety of printer options and ink solutions for your home and office needs. Need repairs done? Our experienced technicians can solve your tech problems. Visit us now at any of our 2 locations, Wilson Road, Scarborough, next to Royal Castle, or Penco Street, Montrose, Chagonas. Call 235-4919 for more info. TechFlex TT Limited. Affordable tech. Exceptional service.
Feeling for a big meal. Chicken. With big taste. Must be KFC. And big flavor. Chicken. And value for more money. Must be KFC. Yo, who keeps saying that? Well, I hearing something? I'm the voice in your belly. Get big value every day of the week. From Munchin Mondays to Fantastic Fridays and specials to make your weekend even tastier. Check socials for details. Remember, there's only one original. Often imitated, but never duplicated. It must be KFC.
Better living starts at Furniture Plus. Get up to 50% off on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. Plus free gifts with select purchases and just $1 down on credit plans. Don't wait. Visit Furniture Plus today.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on The Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Mondays looking real good. Munchy Mondays at KFC. Get one piece of that signature chicken plus a regular side for just $19.95. Small price, big satisfaction. Start the week right. It must be KFC. Order now via the KFC TT app only. Follow KFC Trinidad and Tobago WhatsApp channel for all the deals.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from King's Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. My apologies for the little pause in between. I hope that everybody is in good health, but I know that there are many Trinbagonians who are plagued by whatever little influenza. I saying little, but the thing sticking. You try to beat it with some lemongrass and ginger and all kind of thing, and it want to come back. It is extremely contagious as well. But may Allah, may the Almighty Creator give everyone that level of recovery and wellness. Your health is your true wealth. May God bless all of us so that we can continue to strive and struggle in the correct path. And the last caller, interesting comments, opening up a discussion that is very interesting as well. 342008146653991, asking where the Muslims are because of what is transpiring in the world. Special good morning to all the brothers and sisters who took part in so many different actions in support of Palestine and against the actions of Israel and America in, decimating, destroying in the genocide that took place and is still taking place in Gaza, but also to extend now the violations that are taking place in Lebanon, to extend obviously the war on, right? Get it clear, it is a war on because and an illegal one as well, because the pretexts are not correct either. And it was not sanctioned per se by any, any international body. It is ridiculous what power thinks that it can do. But yes, vehemently and strongly, there are voices who have criticized strongly what is taking place, but it ain't no local politics thing with some people. Maybe it is with others, but there's a tremendously large group of Muslim people in Trinidad and Tobago who support the People's National Movement as well. So the statement that if it was the PNM, there would have been some big protests, whatever. That's not exactly true, right? Literally, some of the harshest people towards me as well, politically, are people who support the People's National Movement, and they are Muslims. Well, they say they're Muslims. They practice Islam for the most part that I know. And they somehow continuously, constantly, no matter what they do, support the People's National Movement. It is astonishing to me at times. But that's their prerogative, and they will answer for what they do. Myself, I call it like it is, and I think everybody on this program who listens understands that I am anti-imperialism, I am anti-bullying, I am anti-advantage, I am anti-wickedness. Oh God, me and Kingsley tired fall out here. Not so? So, you know how it goes. And my brother who calling in now could testify to that. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Salamu alaikum, Fawud.
Wa alaikum salam, brother.
And peace and blessings be upon your callers. And may the intelligent race. We have race be intelligent about this global agenda. It's a one world government. I know if you understand it. I know you understand it. They're pursuing a fleet of illusion. They will pursue, and they will never attain it unless we encourage it on ourselves. Once we raise with knowledge, they will never put back that chain on my hand. They have it on my brain. 90% of the people in the world are educated fool. Massa only teach them to turn the engine, to read the manual, to sweep out the compound, to deliver the goods. But when they study global agenda, it had the Bohr-Hickson, it had the Hadron Collider, it have the quantum mechanics, and it have the pursuing the global agenda. When it had the Pax Britannica, I don't know if people know the Pax Britannica, when Britannia was running the world. And then they handed it over to America, and then was running the world. There was police in the world. And then they handed it over to Israel. So they're paving the way for little Israel to rise. And they got advantage me. They want to pull you back in the chain. They chain me brain. They mentally chain me brain for 200 years. Brainwash education to make us a fool. Hate is the reward for our love. Tell him about this white man above with his blue eye, long hair, Caucasian man. We have to come out of this. We have to raise, be intelligent. But I don't want to go too long. I appreciate you, brother, that try to bring this global agenda, and they're coming out with this one world government. This is what they're protruding with the electronics money. They're putting me back with slave. The government voting in parliament for laws to enslave us. And when they come, when they take over back the globe, this same law that we African brothers and Indian brothers put in for us, they will enslave us. I hear a man quoting the parliament the other day, listening to the parliament, telling the youths and them, quoting Winston Churchill, that we go fight them in the sky, we go fight them on the ground, we go fight them underwater. A man who make decision, drunk, oppress the people and them in German. We have brainwash education. We say Hitler is a bad man. We dance on the plantation. Thank you for we brothers like you, brother, to raise be intelligent. But we dance on the plantation. Unless we raise be intelligent, we goes no way be intelligent after rise. Forward. Thank you, boy. May Allah bless you, boy. Thank you. I hear you calling name that I call you, boy.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. Blessings. Thank you very, very much. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, my brother. How are you this morning?
Hey, I'm good, man. Thank you very much for coming in. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Blessings to you and your family. Mr. Ford, I just look for your direction, because what I don't be seeing, I just really need somebody to unfold things to me and use you right as person, because right through last week into the weekend, you're seeing this CARICOM business, Mr. Ford, and this so-called bacchanal with CARICOM and with our Prime Minister. But Mr. Ford, what I'm saying this morning is, if it is that our government had a problem with the swearing in of the godly lady, right? They were uninvited, and as the case may be. something came out that Mr. Sobers said that he will get seasick. He couldn't attend. Now he come out and say what joke he was making, whatever. But Mr. For the sake of peace, right? CARICOM decided to call an emergency meeting, which would have been last week Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
To get to the bottom of this whole thing, right? To clear it up, to trash it out, and to deal with it and bring an end to the so-called bacchanal. You telling me, Mr. Ford, that our government didn't see it fit to attend? Because you are the one who is making all the issues, all the uninvited and so on. You are the one doing it. So here what? CARICOM decides, here we're going on. We're going to bring this thing to a stop once and for all. Call an emergency meeting, which you did, and invite the presence of our government to attend the meeting, let me trash it out and get to the bottom. If it means having a re-election, we will do it for the sake of peace with CARICOM. And you chose not to attend. The meeting was called for you, and you decide not to attend, Mr. Ford. I need you to guide me on this, Mr. Ford. So let me know that it was right for them not to attend in or not, because the floor was open for they to attend, to bring this thing to an end, and they chose not to go. So I need some guidance for this from you, Mr. Ford. Have a blessed day.
Yeah, you too, man. Have a blessed day. So actually searching for the article on the emergency meeting because I didn't see it. I didn't see that. So, I mean, but if there is a meeting to try and clarify stuff, it should be, taken, and we should try to patch up whatever issues are there. I think that's in the best interest of all of us as well. But, of course, the politicians who involved might know better than me. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Peace be upon you, Brother Fuad.
Hey, peace be upon you as well. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to reflect on the situation in our world today. I mean, CARICOM thing is small matters concerning the whole world going on. In Acts chapter 20, verse 28, Apostle Paul warned the people. He said, listen, after I leave, when I go on, when he pass on, ravenous wolves going to enter into the congregation and start to take away believers for themselves, start preaching things where they never preached before. All right, let me look at the Quran now. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he put a warning 3 generations after he leave, the people will no longer be following the teachings that he brought through this Holy Quran. Okay, he said they will go off and be basically into themselves, into their own power struggle. And when we look around and see what's going on in the world today, Catholicism, not really following the Bible. Most of the people don't read the Bible again. In the Muslim world now, the word Muslim has Arabic root. All that simply means anyone who bows to the will of the Most High. You could call it God where you want. You have about 99, probably even more names than that. So we don't get confused with Allah and Most High and Yahweh. Them are small matters. Now, what is really going on? I mean, the Prophet command warned that people will no longer be following the truth. In the Quran, a Muslim, or whoever believes and bow to the will of God, not supposed to kill another Muslim. Look, we have wars, Iran fighting Iraq, man using gas and killing people. That's against the Quran. You can't tell me you're a Muslim and doing them kind of things. You can't tell me you're born to the will of God and doing that. Look, you have kings in Saudi Arabia, all kind of thing. Look, you have the Quran tells you expressly, don't take a non-believer as a protector. Look, them fellas are based all over the world, bombing up, using to bomb up other countries that call themselves Muslim. People using this term loosely, and even the term Christian, they're using that loosely. because Muslim and Christian is basically the same thing. A true Christian, a true Jew, a true Muslim, all have the same teaching. They have the same father to Abraham. But people don't read the book to understand what is really going on. So once you see the root of the problem is what the devil say, I will misguide the whole world. So that's what's going on now. But have some people who still hold on to the truth. And you could tell them not by what they just say, but what they just do, how they live their life. You come and tell me you're Muslim, this and that, and next thing you bombing up a next Muslim country. No, let's set a bad example for the world. Same thing with Catholicism. They went on crusade and so much people they're killed to spread the word of Christ. Jesus never said to do that. It's like going back and forth with our cousin of mine, for the last month.
Yeah.
Everything you're sending me little clips about Muslim this, Muslim that. Look, they're killing the children. I said, boy, that's a cultural thing, boy. That had nothing to do with the Quran. You ever read the Quran? No, I never read the Quran. So I meet a lady, I tell her, Assalamu alaikum. She said, I'm a Hindu, no. I said, well, oh, peace be upon you. I said, she's 47 years old, she tell me. I said, you ever read the Bhagavad Gita? She never read the Bhagavad Gita. So, I mean, what we going about calling ourselves? And then, I'm going to tell you, all them religions are truth in it. Hindu, Muslim, Christian, all of them are truth in it. Because they think God will send truth to one person alone and not to other people. Come on, man, people, they wake up, man.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much.
Yes, man.
And I see the lines busy, right? 342-008-146-65391. We have a responsibility to fight against those who fight against us, right? That is the code for to defend yourself, so to speak. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Good morning to you, Juan, and good morning to you. It's not the last caller, the one before him raised a point, and he is correct that they turned down the offer for the emergency meeting, and they refused to attend. But it is nothing new, and I'm not surprised, because they were so adamant about the need for the Zoso bill and refused to entertain any amendments, right? Refused to entertain any amendments as if they will get everything right in the first go, right? So you're telling people, we need this, but we're not entertaining no amendments.
I think they had made their point. I think they made their point, and I think from what I read, the Prime Minister put out correspondence as well. And I think maybe politically it may not make a difference because other individuals hold the vast majority, I think, in CARICOM in terms of selection if they do a vote. So maybe those reasons are also reasons why they didn't see it necessary to attend. But I would like to see, going forward in the future, some easing of tensions and for us to be to work where we could work with CARICOM on a stronger path, which I think we are doing as well. As a people, beyond the politics as well. As a people, you can't separate the CARICOM, you cannot, because we intertwine. My sister is a Jamaican now. She, even her little accent she have now. We married, we intertwined, we working all over the Caribbean. Good morning, Jason, one of my good friends working in Jamaica now, and vice versa. So, but I understand the concerns people have with the issue itself. Yeah.
Well, brother, I would really like if you could enlighten me as to what point they make really and truly, because one of the persons from CARICOM come out and say, Frank comment, yeah, what's going on? If it's not working for all you're free to leave, right? He let the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago know that all you're free to leave, right? But remember and consider the advantages that they have as being a part of CARICOM, right? Yeah. And you see, Fuad, these people not fooling me at all, They are not fooling me at all. Because it have some nations right now who are really not looking good in the world today. It is the US, it is Israel, and Trinidad has managed to end up on that list also. We're not looking good because of our leadership, taking certain actions, making certain states, supporting certain untoward behaviors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
There's
man.
a time when principle must supersede profit. But with this current leadership, it don't look like we will get there at all.
Yeah, man.
Right? You see Dulcie Rodriguez went to Grenada, right?
Yeah, I saw that, man. I saw that. Nice to see her.
The reporter was asking her why Grenada first. She said, well, I be neighbors.
Yeah.
And the reporter said, well, Trinidad closer. You see what Dulcie said? She just shake her head and continued walking.
She didn't say nothing. Well, I didn't see that. That was her response?
Yeah, I see it, but
I don't know. Yeah.
According to Miss Persad Bisesa, in the words of Miss Persad Bisesa, right? And she said the dragon is dead, right? I know what she said as soon as
the dragon not dead at all. Chris, and we have to be understanding as well, because if we look towards
stand it, but remember, some people, right, were saying that somehow they don't understand geopolitics and this and that and the other, but the words that they say will come to haunt them, and they will have a price to pay for it. Because just like how they visit Grenada first, they could have visited here first, because the Prime Minister and Rural say how they're sending a delegation to Venezuela. I wonder if they had that discussion with Dulcie as yet. If they find out if she is still persona non grata or if that changed. These people are not serious at all.
Yeah, but that's not 100% true as well, because Dulcie herself is under the gun, and Dulcie has chosen.
I know she.
Yeah, she has chosen to go a certain path as well for the best benefit of her nation at this point in time, and everybody understands that. Even me as a proud anti-imperialist, as a proud man who don't believe in bowing and being bullied, I understand the position Dulcie Rodriguez is in. And I'm sure she understands as well the position that other people are in as well. And I'm telling you, my brother, a delegation is going to go to Venezuela, as the American delegations have been there already. And
I'm not saying
business going to continue.
Yeah, business will continue. And I'm not saying no, but we will see how comfortable people who inside are involved in the business will be, knowing fully well what was the previous stance of our nation via our leadership. But I don't want to take too much time for one. I know the time is short. I'll look on and listen, brother.
No problem, brother. Blessings. So it's just, people want to criticize the policy decisions that are being made by the current administration for international relations, so to speak. And it is a challenging position. That's all I'm saying. And everybody, heavy is the head that wear the crown. Anybody could talk anything from outside. We could take positions as a people that is essential against imperialism, against the advantage, etc. that we see in. But those people who sit in certain seats, they not afforded that elasticity. And that is exemplified by Dulcie Rodriguez. I feel sorry for that woman. I feel sorry in the sense that she under the gun. And don't feel she will not be able to understand that we also under the gun, so to speak. It dread. Let me take the calls, right? Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Salaam alaikum, my brother.
Wa alaikum salam. Blessings.
Pleasant day to you, but up to now, the two mountains can meet, but nothing happened before the time of the Creator.
Nothing. We minds does meet, we hearts does meet. Don't worry, we gonna meet in physical form soon. Bless.
Forward, we have to face reality here. You see what's going on in the world today? People in understanding this thing is the Almighty. People in America right now wanted, they vote, well, Trump, they lost the election, he said he didn't lose. He come back, he win the election. He win the election, he start to send up all them immigrants, all them white farmers and them balling. People in America, don't know if Trinidadians and the government here listening to the international news. People in America right now balling for Trump. He breaking down a part of the White House where they're talking about corruption. He's a corrupted man. The man was dead in jail with the child thing and all these big boys and them with little boys and little girls. He name calling him that he can't bring out the report where he hiding. We are aligning ourselves with the devil. And listen to this. We are aligning ourselves. A man, if I have a man named nobody, he might have a problem with me. But I find America, people right now, everybody you talk to in America, balling and telling you thing about Trump. And Trinidad looking to up under Trump. Trump is no savior. Trump is no Christ. And everybody making this man feel he's the Christ. Like the devil with Netanyahu. As the brother say in the earlier speaking, a brother will tell you will lie to me. We're giving you the whole history of where the white man kingdom falling. And here what they're doing now. The Caribbean is where most of the slaves we developed the Caribbean. And look at what's going on now. We, Trinidad, was always pushing for federation and a united front between the Caribbean. We agree manly and this one and that one, block it. Okay, now they're making sure this man, Trump, is we having we looking to divide the Caribbean while Africa uniting and kicking out France and kicking out all them countries. We're raping them. You know them coming here now. Shell and all of them coming now to finish rape we. Partner, Trinidad, you hear the lady sing it in our calypso. We need more than a blessing before we are aligning ourselves with the devil. They could say where they want, but China and India and all them countries will learn from America policy and bypassing America now. Let we wake up. Wake up, CARICOM. All you wake up. We is one family, we from the slave plantation. And I want my government to watch who we are aligning ourselves with, you know. Have a blessed day.
Yeah, man. And I agree with you there. You have to be very careful with who you align yourself with, how you align, when you align yourself. Because it all has serious consequences as well. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Peace and blessings to everyone.
Hey, same to you, man.
Great
Welcome.
contribution by Malcolm X. Great contribution by Chris. You all keep the program going at that level. I mean, we have one or two callers who just go the other way, Baratari and them. We don't want PNM in this country again. We don't want them in no power again for what we have seen in the last 9 years and more than 9 years. All the years gone by. We don't need that again. You understand? And as Malcolm said, why it is we sucking up to Trump so. You understand? In certain instances, our Prime Minister should just keep her mouth shut. Don't say anything. You see how Williams used to do it when they're asking certain questions and things? No comments. You just don't say anything. Right? Everything you're pushing your mouth in and pushing your mouth in and things. Look at the brothers and the men. Look at with NJAC. You all should have consulted with NJAC when you all won the election because they have great contributors, great ideas, great brothers and sisters. You understand? But partner, this program, keep it on the level, is the truth. Because I see some people, the mouth so full with the food they're eating, right? I said other things coming out the mouth. You understand? Because they're eating our food. A great brother from Lavanti, I so ashamed to hear him talking now on the radio. Well, he was always on the radio, but the words are coming out of his mouth, right? Because they're eating our food. Man, stick to the truth, and let's move on. Because this situation there, with Trump looking to block the Strait of Hormuz, that could be a serious implication. But I see China said yesterday that they support Iran. They will support Iran. So he cut ties. He looking to raise more tariffs with China. But that is their battle. We have our battle here, and it's a shame to see that when UNC won, like the people lost this time, because on the ground, forward, I mean, you have a great connection with the brothers and sisters on the ground, but it could have been a lot better by now than how it is. I don't know if you saw Mandani 100-day speech. I don't know if you had seen that.
No, I didn't listen to it, but of course I am one who follows Mamdani as well and supports him.
Right.
And Bernie Sanders as well, who is a powerhouse with him as well.
Sanders was the man should have really been there. You understand? But
you know your politics, man. You know your politics. The thief Bernie Sanders, all of them gang up against him, Obama included, to push him out when he went up for the for Democratic candidate. That is how Dread is. And that is how good he is. Once you see a good man rise, all the evil forces just come together against you.
Yeah, and look at his age, and he's so powerful. When he speaks with such power. He by name of McCandle. You understand? He speaks McCandle. He speaks with such power. Look at
no kings. We don't want no kings in this modern age.
Yeah, you see this stirring up a yes king thing to try to counteract king, but they can't make with our millions of people, boy. But anyway, we have the program going, and I am ashamed and disappointed of brothers, right, who were actively involved in the struggle. I mean, trying to get the UNC into power, you understand? And to just go along with everything that they're saying, unlike you and unlike this program. And Barataria, we are one back CNMS, so I mean, you only look for little issues concerning UNC PNM. Let me think about Trinidad, and let me think about moving forward. You understand? Like, we have to get a new party inside of here. You understand? Anyway, brothers, take care and all the best, and keep up this program on the right path, the truth. Peace and blessings to everyone. Malcolm X, Chris, you all did a great job. Keep it up.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I appreciate the ability to speak the truth as well without being victimized. I appreciate that. I appreciate that on 91.9 FM. And I also appreciate it within a political context as well, because I ain't got no victimization yet. Right?
And I know no amount of food could fill your mouth. You take your time and chew.
God does provide for me. God does provide for me, not man.
Take care.
Yeah, man, take care. Yeah. God does provide for me, not man. And food for what? Gluttony is a sin. Wherever food comes to you, don't fill your mouth. Ensure that other people eating. And what is the sense that we eat and other people struggle to find a meal? What kind of world? What's the sense of living in a world like that? That cannot be our goal and our ambition as human beings. Right? So let's do better. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Fuad.
Hey, morning, Granny. Welcome.
Yesterday I was with the grandchildren and the daughter was talking about you.
Love and respect.
Yeah, I was talking about you, boy. Yeah. You must know the Puja store in Tunapuna, right?
Of course I know the store, yeah.
You want to know how Granny knew all your family, but because they know me, you know.
Right.
And the owner of that Puja store in Tunapuna, his mother cousin is one of your father's wife, you know, the Maraj.
All right, yeah. It's Trinidad, all of we's family, you know.
All his family, you know.
All of we's family in Trinidad and Tobago. I saying that. I saying it in big. All of we's family.
Yesterday I was talking with Ram. His name is Ram. He's a pundit too. He's not with Masaba. We was talking, the grandson, the daughter, and we was there. And I talk about you, you know, because he talk about you too. I talk about you. Yes, I come into my point. If in case people do not like what this government doing, and they do not like the government. After about 2 years, do not ever go back to PNM again. What they could do, I always say it, find itself with a new party. You understand?
Don't go back with PNM. I hear you.
Don't ever 70 years and nothing. 70 years and nothing.
That is good advice. I endorse that statement 100%. That is good advice.
You go back to good people in a new party. Now I will tell you what Eric Williams do, Makandal Dara. My father and my neighbors was in that party, right? And Eric Williams tell the army people, he said, hold that man and take that man, he is a gorilla, take him to the mountain and put him there and let him go. It was a man that was fighting for the rights of the people in the country. He didn't fight for Hindu or Muslim or Christian. He didn't fight for African or Indian or Spanish. He was fighting for the rights of the people in the country. And Eric Williams,
you now start to talk. What about what they do to Butler? What about what they do to my father? They try to extradite my father already, you know. And you know which party. But it's God alone. Look at what they do to Butler. Look.
Right. And this man, my neighbors and my father was with him because he was a good person. And Eric Williams do this man back. Or you do ever bring that PNM in power. Or the young, granny old. I know what we passed from Eric Williams days. Eric Williams days, money was exactly from the tree. Or boom, and Moko alone could have run the country. He only shut down. The train line. He come, he started the agriculture industry. He only shut down. PNM only shut down things. Or you do ever. Back you would be young. Granny might live too, but Granny could go too. Don't ever let PNM see no government door again. You and Malcolm X all you.
Yeah.
Don't study Batara again, nothing. Batara and them only following decades. We want Eric Williams, legacy. Eric Williams never had a legacy. And PNM never had a legacy. The legacy was to carry down the country. They bring in the Indian man from India. Don't study Rowley. They didn't bring in each to run the place. They didn't bring in each to run it. Jindal was going to buy it. And Jindal had 3 charges in there. That one money say, if Rowley sell it, and Jindal buy it, it will be good lawyers UNC have to get them in jail. They leave everything right there. Today, that would have gone too. The refinery would have gone. You hear? And the man they call COP, a UNC activist, that man stand up well to see that didn't sell to. So I'm warning all these young youths, don't ever let PNM go back in power, or you could bring a new party. If all you want, and all you could start it from now, easy, if all you don't like what the UNC doing. You understand?
Yeah, thank you very much, Granny. Thank you very much.
Because Eric Williams do that man that. He said that man is a gorilla. He told the army. He said take him to the heights and let him go there. And if you could do we brothers that my father was with, I don't want to hear PNM. I'm going to thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. And people have become so disenchanted with politics as well that there are the views that, and I'm watching it online now, don't matter who come, they all the same. And that is a indication of the frustration with the political status quo. it is an indication of the fact that sometimes power corrupts and that the system is more powerful than the people who are involved in it. So powerful people must arise into the political system who are willing to change, who are willing to move us away from the traditional aspects of greed and capitalism and really empower people. Because we based on a slave system still. We based on a system where, for the most part, and there are some better forms at times, where workers are suppressed. But if you really look carefully, you would see where there are openings with a different political discourse. And that is why, I could really see clearly. I see a lot of games for quite a bit of time. So I could see clearly where there is an opening for the people to move forward together. That is essential. And to change the status quo a bit and to lift the lower classes and the middle classes. And we must seize that opportunity and forge forward for better, for more. I'm not criticizing Williams per se, former Prime Minister Williams, right? He did some positive things as well. But we must note the political dancing that goes on. I have seen Churchill and Williams together and him entertaining cordially Churchill, who is one of the most wicked politicians British Empire ever given, ever on the face of the earth. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford, give me state of the economy and what is taking place. You have people who will be dissatisfied, people will be disenchanted, people who will be disillusioned and that kind of
thing. For sure, tough. Without doubt.
Yeah, you're going to find that.
Without doubt, it cannot be economically with the situation. It's hard.
Yeah. You're going to find that. And it's quite natural. It happens in England too. It happens all over. And people may feel that I'm reference, but you need to reference other countries and see how other people behave, how they react. Look at best practice and whatnot. So I'm not afraid to mention or to probably make comparison. The question with the CARICOM, this CARICOM thing, CARICOM is a disaster, and I told you that before, and we may have shared similar views or different views with respect to it, but I'm saying that you need CARICOM, you need trade, you need markets, you need to expand markets, right? That's how you're going to grow, you're going to help grow the economy, you will create jobs, you generate forex, and that's how you're going to develop the country and improve people's standard of living and quality of life. So you need CARICOM. But CARICOM as it is in a mess. And I don't know whether, you spoke last week, and I think I spoke about it, the way we do business in Trinidad here. And it appears to me that it has taken root in CARICOM, Bacchanal. You see? And it has deteriorated badly. And the question about people saying that the lady should have gone to go to the meeting. The lady made a request for certain documents and whatnot, certain information, right? You go into a meeting, they're trying to circumvent that. Not giving the lady the information and come to a meeting. And the fact remain, and I have to be fact, is all against one. When you ever go to a credit union meeting or you go to a steel band meeting, who controls the show? The chairman. And you have others surround with her around the table and around in the yard and whatnot. And when they want you to talk, you talk. And when they don't want you to sit down, let this next one talk. The lady, what you going there with? I asked you for disclosure. When you go into court today, based on this modern civil proceeding rules, you have to disclose. You have to give me documents and whatnot. The lady said she made certain requests for information and documents. Give the woman the documents. But to circumvent giving the woman the document so she could properly prepare herself, so when she reached there, she can respond to whatever. Let me have a meeting. What she's going there with, What is she, when you, so I'm saying people have to understand the level to which, and somebody saying, somebody said that doesn't, I hear say, this one say, that one say, the next one say, all kind of confusion. I am saying that when the CARICOM was established in 1973, I don't think the people who established, I want to call it the founding father, never envisioned that CARICOM would have reached the level, the depth, the morass to which, but I'm saying that it seemed to be infected by triad culture. And let me tell you something, I don't want to take too long. When I saw where CARICOM ministers, prime ministers, or parties sending their party members to other countries in order to influence, to campaign, I say something wrong. That could have never happened under Williams. The same Williams just spoke about. The same Patrick Manning engaging in that. But Trinidad started it by sending certain people to Guyana. When I see, those are the things that I look at. And when I look at, recently I looked at, I read the papers over the weekend. And I spoke about P.J. Patterson was a former, very good, talk about nationalists and Caribbean integrationist. He spoke about CARICOM and where it is, and the depth, the morass that it finds itself. I read Ahmed Ghani in an article yesterday, and I think it makes good reading in the Express. I listened to a guy, Anthony Gonzalez, from the University of the West Indies. What he said that CARICOM needs to be more transparent and open. CARICOM, you need to, when you're going to elect or appoint a Secretary General, they needed to be specific and let the people know who was going up on a specific date. They never did that. They hide it under the rubric of governance and never disclose that. So there are a lot of things that are not, but you see, the thing, people have their side. I have my side. Trinidad have their side with CARICOM, the team up, and I am not afraid to say that. It's divided. And that is what is happening. So they have the Boys Club in the Caribbean, who team up with Barbados, with St. Vincent and whatnot, and Trinidad by so, Trinidad probably leading towards Guyana, and that is, it's divided. And that is what is going on. And people just pushing this, because all they're about, you know they love Delphi now? They're in love with Delphi. And that is what is going on in this country here. So I'm saying I support the fact you can't tell me go to court. I need disclosure. I wrote you a letter. You ain't writing back to me. But in order to circumvent me, not giving me the kind of information that I can go to the meeting and defend myself, you call a meeting and come. Give the woman, give the lady the documents that she requested, and then you could have a meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I remember going to a meeting, right? This is an organization who I've been very critical of because they do things wrong, bad, and it's total political wickedness that's be taking place, right? So I go into this organization meeting. As far as we all understand, based on the agenda and based on what has been shared, it's a normal meeting. That's what we believe it is, right? When we reach to the meeting, they done set up for somebody to move a motion for them to continue in office for next year. Totally ultra-virus our constitution, eh? And they done set up, they have the supporters there to vote for that motion, no matter what, because them in charge and them done feeding them, giving them a food. When I tell you nonsense, not no principle, not on what is correct, and that person stand up, who is a friend and working for the chair, to move an illegal motion, and people who don't know what's supposed to transpire, they are to second it and to vote for it. And the few sensible people who sit down who saying, but what madness is this? This was never on the agenda to continue in office without an election? What madness is this? Nobody is listening to the sober-minded, and you are castigated. They shut you up. They shout you down because they have the majority then, because other people who would have stood with you as well, not there, because they don't even foresee that could be on an agenda. without being on the agenda as advertised before. When I tell you wickedness, for power, to hold the money, to bribe, to take. So I just alluding because that is somewhat, but that's not the right way. And there is that division that is taking place. I saw some good news in the paper as well, with Mr. Irfan Ali visiting and also speaking about considering TNT for refining of Guyana oil. Something that could be immensely beneficial for Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, there's the connection with Jamaica as well. Of course, there are these countries who, in my estimation, under the gun, who are oil and energy rich, who are not going to be allowed to slip out of the hands of the regional and the regional power who wants to be also global, but is now being challenged as well. Good morning. I see you're waiting to come in, so I must give you the opportunity. Go ahead.
Mr. West would have really highlighted the shortcomings of this present government if you're really familiar with the history, because he talk about persons leaving one CARICOM nation and going to the next one to try and influence the process of whatever elections they might have in. But anyway, correct. It started in Trinidad, but it's the UNC personnel that was all over different places in the Caribbean assisting people in campaigning. On top of that, I did see Mr. West continuously begging the government and its ministers to dialogue, hold talks, have talks with people. But I want to put him on notice today and let him know that that is not what this present government is interested in. They are not interested in any discourse or any dialogue. And they have shown it time and time again. And in my opinion, they will continue to show that. Once they're able to look and see, it will be clear as day for you to see that they're not interested in dialogue. As I'm saying, their stance in not showing up for this meeting and just making a sort of noise. After you making a joke, where does Sean Sobers find time to make a joke and talk about seasickness when you're dealing with serious business for the country? If you could find time to make a joke, well, people don't have time for you, right? And as I say, they will continue to show their hand. And if people do not want to see it, well, that is on them. But I am seeing it clear that they are not interested in dialogue, because if they was interested, they would have at least entertained a minimum of one amendment for the Zoso bill. You cannot tell me that you come to a debate and you, before the debate start, you already took the stand that you're not accepting no amendments, regardless of what shortcomings might come out in the debate on your part. You wouldn't make an adjustment to tidy up what you offer. These people not serious, Fuad. And I continue to say they're not getting no free points from me, Every point they get, they have to earn. They have no free point sharing out from Chris. I clearly understand that they are not serious. They're really not serious.
Thank you very much, Chris. Yeah. And I understand that as well, right? For some people, and I could understand that, it ain't no free points. There are people who are assiduous with government actions. Some who are consistently so as well. Not that they bias, but continuously they're not allowing any government. But of course there are those as well who case specific. When it's their party or another party, they ain't saying nothing. But when it's this party, but not everybody's like that. Some people are consistently critical. And that is admirable, because that helps to check leaders. There is not perfection. I'm not making excuses, although it is an excuse. I'm making excuses. But we must look for where we can move forward as a people. That's where we must look forward, like as a collective, as a people. Look where we can move forward and organize and move forward quickly, because we have to be interested in our progression. Don't think anybody else gonna do it for us. So where we see opportunities, let us grasp those opportunities. Let us grasp those opportunities. It is critical for us to have a sober mind, to think clearly. And I agree with Chris as well in certain ways. And as Mr. West was talking about it, the influencing in elections, everybody does it. Right? Everybody does it. Trust me. Everybody has their interest in other islands to a certain extent. And everybody gets involved at different levels. I'm telling all you. Because we are so close. Because we're so intertwined as well. People support across the islands. One way and the next. Let's be real. I just being real. Because that's the type of person I am as well. So let's be fair, let's be real. It is a challenge in this global environment that we live in. I understand the stance that is being taken. And everybody, even those who are against us in whatever way, understands. I remember the words of Ralph Gonzalez when he was speaking to Grenada when they were deliberating over the radar, and he said, I understand what Grenada is going through, and if they make a decision to take it, we understand, and if they make a decision not to take it, we also understand, because of the global politics and because of the region that we are in, and because of our history, and because of our dependency and how intertwined our economies are, and how small we are, small island states, and how vulnerable we are. All pay attention. Alright, so blessings to Trinidad and Tobago. We out of time today. I thank God that my voice could have hold up for the entire program. Blessings to everyone. We continue to forge a path forward for Trinidad and Tobago, for what is best for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Let us as a people take positions and speak up and speak out for our interests. We can determine the direction of government as well. We can. But we have to speak up and speak out clearly and lobby in the right way. All right, love to Trinidad and Tobago. Take care.
a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn